Okay, here we are, Brandon. And we are live. Peace and blessings, my beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning in to your girl, Maisa. I'm super excited because finally, after 3 years, I finally have my YouTube channel. And now, YouTube, you can live stream from YouTube instead of having to go to another source. And I can go live anywhere. So I'm so excited about this. The channel I created because I've been on a amazing journey. This journey of life has been super exciting, but the past 4 years have really things have changed for me. The course of my life has changed drastically. And it all started because back in 2017, towards the end of 2017, I was like at my heaviest. I was 265 pounds. I used to be a cigarette smoker. I smoked Newport 100s. I was a heavy drinker, party girl, mother, a, hard worker. Always worked. I'm an ultrasound technician for the past 16 years. Always worked 2 jobs. A mom of 2 teenage sons, and it was a lot. I didn't realize at the time how much of a slump that I was in, how depressed I was, just how unhappy that I was. And I thought that I was happy, but I really wasn't. And my sons, especially my younger son, always would ask me when I was going to stop smoking. He would ask that over and over and over again. Mom, when are you going to stop smoking? When are you going to stop smoking? And I would be like, okay, when I'm ready, I'll stop. When I'm ready, I'll stop. And the video with the guy with the trachea, when they have the hole in his throat, I forgot what they call it, and they put the piece in there, and he said, "Mommy, I don't want you to end up like that guy." And when he said that, that was like an aha moment for me. It was a huge eye opener, and that was step one. Then maybe a few weeks later, they would come in home from being with their father, and we lived on the second floor. And so when you walk into our building, well, to our home, we lived in a 2-family house. When you walked into our house, you had to walk upstairs to get to our apartment. So you walked in the downstairs door, then you walk upstairs to our door, and then you had to unlock that door. They told me that they heard me snoring downstairs. That's how heavy I was snoring. That's how heavy I was snoring. So I'm like, okay, that is a problem. On top of me having, what do you call it, shortness of breath all the time. I was having heart palpitations. Ah, man, I couldn't even walk up the stairs, just the front steps. I would be out of breath. And it was sad. Uh, I used to smoke, let me see, the cigarettes I probably would smoke. It would take me maybe 3 or 4 days to finish a pack. So I wasn't a smoker that smoked a pack a day. It took me a couple days to finish it, but I was a smoker. And of course, when I drank, I smoked more. So I was like, you know what? Enough is enough. I have to start listening to my children because this is affecting them. If we always try to tell our children to mind their business. Oh, be quiet. Stay out of adult business. Stay out of grown folks' business. Stay out of a grown folks' business. But the thing is, we are their business. They're our children. Our children are watching us and they're seeing what we're doing. They're seeing our bad habits. They're seeing our good habits. They're seeing everything. So I started to pray about it. I said, you know what, God, I need to stop this because this is killing me. My life is depending on it. And I don't like the way I'm feeling. And I don't like what my children are seeing. So I prayed every single day for 2 weeks. 2 weeks every day. And my prayer was extremely specific. I asked God to take away the craving for cigarettes. I asked him that even in my moments when I'm stressing, that is not the first thing that I seek to go to, because that's what I did. I would seek to go to the cigarettes and the alcohol. I wouldn't pray first. I would go to the cigarettes and alcohol. Then once I got to where I got lifted, then I would start my prayers. I was super backwards with everything, but that's okay because God loved me the same. And so I did that, and I did it for 2 weeks. And the date that I said I'm not going to smoke anymore come January 1st, 2018. And when that ball dropped, I took my last pull of a cigarette, and I haven't smoked one since. January 1st, 2018 was the last time I smoked a cigarette. And it was one of the best decisions that I ever made. One of the best decisions that I ever made. So that was that. Now, here we go. Time is going on. The weight is still there. Clothes are fitting tighter. I'm not sleeping. Insomnia was at its all time high. And I just didn't like what I was looking at in the mirror. I was not liking what I was looking at every single day. I mean, for those who know me, I was a functioning drinker. I worked 2 jobs. I love what I did. I got up, I went to work. I took care of my children, took them to school, did homework, made sure that they were clothed, fed all the necessities, make sure that they were doing their schoolwork, make sure that they were excelling in that, make sure that they were, doing their sports, handling all these things, and make sure that they were in great health, and make sure that they were good mentally. I was doing all these things for them, but not doing any of those things for myself. I literally was just getting up and going. And I thought I was taking care of myself by, the drinking. And I thought, oh, I'm a communicator. I'm talking about it. But I'm talking about it in a drunken stupor. I'm talking about it and I'm being angry about it. And I'm talking about it and not doing shit about it. And that was a fucking problem because Maisa, had this thing where if I was talking to somebody on the phone, I could only talk to you if I was drinking. In the morning, I could do it because, I'm in the morning going to work. But if it's after work, if it's on the weekend, if it's in the evening, if we're about to have a phone conversation, hold on, let me go get my drink, or hold on, let me run to the liquor store so I could be ready. Let me go get my pack of cigarettes and I'm ready. And I would do that every day. And I didn't realize until after I got out of that I was a huge part of my problem. I would always complain and say that other people were dumping their problems on me. But I was dumping too, and also dumping on myself and beating up myself. I would not sleep at night. One of the reasons I wasn't sleeping at night too was because of losing the death of my grandmother. I took that extremely, extremely, extremely hard. The death of my grandmother. She was my second mom. She raised me from the time I was born and lived in a home with her my whole life. Grew up in a 3-family house. My grandmother was right there. And it was difficult losing her. And I was selfish at that particular time in 2013. And I went into a really darker, deeper depression because I always would say, like, you left me. What am I going to do without you? What are we going to do without you? Not realizing that everything that she instilled in us is still within us. And once I started fasting and praying and removing things that were killing me, I was able to see that. I was able to see the fucking light. You don't see the light when you are consumed with all these things, regardless if it's excessive in food, excessive in alcohol, excessive with smoking, excessive with sex, excessive with shopping. Anything we do that's excessive, it kind of blinds us at times. And I was blinded by myself and my own unhappiness and holding on to so many things that were killing me. Holding on to not even past relationship, past hurt, past hurts from people, holding on to that, holding on to the disappointments from others, because when I love people or when I let or allow people to enter into my life, I put you on this high pedestal. I don't look at you like you're minute or you don't matter. If you are someone that's significant in my life, you matter. And I put you on this pedestal because I expect great things from you, just like I would expect that you would want great things from me too. But it took me until going into my journey in 2018 to realize that I was looking for people to be myself. I was looking for the same thing from others from me. And that's not the way of the world. And that shit was driving me crazy. People stop speaking to you and you don't know why. Now, for me, if I have an issue with somebody, I'm going to say something to you. I'm going to address it. I will have people who would stop speaking to me and wouldn't say anything, or have the issue with me and wouldn't say anything, or be some hearsay shit and wouldn't say anything. And it's like, wait a minute. I thought we were better than that. Why are you not addressing me if you're hearing these things from someone else? But okay, now I see. And I was holding on to that too, wondering why. What did I do to you? Let's talk. Let's meet up. and nobody's answering. And this is not just one person, this is multiple people. So now I'm looking at myself like, oh my shit, is it something that I did? What the fuck did I do? But it's not always us, other people too. So you know what? It had to happen that way. I had to learn to let it go, and I had to learn to stop dwelling on it. And so when myself and Lily, my soul sister, decided for Lent we were going to give up these things for these 40 days, I gave up so much. Everything that was killing me. I gave up fried food. I gave up sex, alcohol, social media, pasta, rice, sweets, potato chips, juice, soda. All I was drinking was everything was water, fruits, vegetables. I stopped eating pork. I stopped eating beef. It was only fish, poultry, seafood, and poultry. Let's see, what else was I eating? I started eating a lot of nuts. I started to figure out other ways to eat the food that I loved in healthier ways. And it was the greatest thing I ever fucking did. Someone's ringing my doorbell. Mm.